I have a friend, Zhao, who has been a little sad recently. I asked him what was wrong. He had a sad face. He sighed and said that my speed of making money was too slow. 10 years ago, my annual income was 40,000 yuan and my house price was 600,000 yuan. 10 years have passed, with an annual income of more than 200,000 yuan, and the house price has become 4.5 million yuan. The gap is getting bigger and bigger, and I am getting old. I answered that it is true that the growth of income can't keep up with the growth of house prices. He shook his head and continued, saying that it was too slow to make money. From morning to night, I worked overtime, drank and socialized, and worked diligently for 10 years. And now, the situation is not as good as 10 years ago. He looked particularly helpless. After saying that, he lowered his head, and the white hair on his head was particularly obvious. I asked, how can we multiply our money-making speed? He looked up and said that he needed to buy a pillow and put it under his head, because everything can be achieved in the dream. I smiled. He was quite humorous and continued. Do you remember what I said? Making money is to transfer money from other people's pockets to your own. So how can you earn money from other people's pockets to your own? We have to pay high-value things in exchange. He said, yes, you said it. I went on to say that we can sell high-value things, which is a way. Is there any other way to make the things we sell more valuable? He thought for a while and said that the method you mentioned did increase the income, but all the valuable things on me were sold, and the income growth was still slow. What else can I do? I replied that a diamond is valuable, but 100 diamonds are more valuable. He doesn't understand. What do you mean? Aren't you talking nonsense? 1,000 pieces and 10,000 pieces are more valuable. I added that I mean that you should learn to copy your valuable things so that they can be copied thousands of times. In the past, you sold something valuable and made a lot of money. Now that you sell 100 copies, don't you earn 100 times more money than the past? If you sell 1,000 copies, don't you earn 1,000 times as much? He looked at me and said, I work a day and get a day's salary. Now you can work for 100 days and get 100 days a salary? Just like this? Are you kidding me? I replied, that's not what I mean. I mean that the time required to produce these values should remain unchanged. The value of a day's output is equivalent to the value of your original 100-day output. For example, you taught others how to use Office software. After that, he bought you a cup of milk tea as a thanks to you. You sold your valuable things and got a cup of milk tea in return. If you record the whole process video and put it on the internet and 100 people who encounter the same problem watch it, does it mean that your value becomes 100 value? The total value you generate is much more. If you sell the value of these 100 copies, will it be much more than the revenue of a cup of milk tea? He thought for a few words and said, it makes sense. I continued, of course, such forms of reproduction are diverse. It can be media, such as text and video. It can be advanced tools, through software, equipment, or manpower. Through them, the value of the original output can be multiplied, and the money obtained is also multiplied. After listening to it, he lowered his head, thought for a while and said, well, you really kept a hand. Compared with this way, the method you told me before was simply a younger brother. I continued to ask, do you know what the core of this method is? What is the most important thing? He came to my side. What? I continued to say that what is copied must be accepted by the market. For example, if you want to sing to more people, you used to sing to one person, but now you can sing to 100 people by contracting the venue and building equipment. But if you can't sing well and no one wants to listen, then even if you can gather 100 people and 100 people don't want to listen, you can't make a profit. He thought for a moment and said, I can sing, and you know it. I think I can gather 100 people or 1,000 people to listen to me sing in the way you said. I will sing 20 songs, I interrupted. Shut up.